welcome to the Ascension News. It skipped one part. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, we're here and we're excited. We're excited because we've got a great show. We're going to be talking about sacred union and how to attract it, how to keep it, how to be excited about it. So before we start, though, Janelle is going to open with a little bit of prayer.
Yes. Okay. Welcome, everyone. We're going to get started. So just get comfortable, close your eyes, and take a deep cleansing breath. We devote this time to being together, to divine light and love. We give thanks to the Supreme Creator, to all that is.
Being
The
together,
gift of love
to
that
divine
flows to every aspect of our being as we share this time together with all souls that are coming together on this live stream. We claim health, love, healing, happiness, and freedom during this session. We give thanks for infinite intelligence. So be it, so it is, so it has been. Amen.
Amen. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Okay. So, sacred union to me is about first and foremost connecting with somebody, your partner that is of the same spiritual belief. That is the first foundation, the root across here before you can come up to the pyramid. If you don't have the same spiritual consciousness or the same spiritual belief, you're going to try to change them. They're going to try to change you. It's going to be difficult to move in your path, growing and shifting, growing and shifting. Relationships are about coming together and then separating, coming together and then separating, like the coil. You're going up to the third eye. So in my experience with my partner, for my husband, for 30 years, I feel like it's just like new every day, new, because we're both rooted in the same spiritual path. Our agreement was that he allows me to be who I am without trying to change me, and I allow him to be who he is. Now, it doesn't mean we don't have arguments or that we don't have conflict, but what that means is it takes me or him listening when the other person is having a conflict or needing to speak. And sometimes you have to, like, it's not just bump and grind. It's about listening. Stop whatever you're doing. So you got your little rules. My husband's rule is when he comes home, I have to get off of social media. Okay. And I'm focused right here. When he's off, it's all about him. And of course, as a woman, I'm old school. So if he's needing some extra attention and I'm not in the mood, well, I'm just going to pull it up from someplace else and give it up to God, because I believe that if he's not in the mood and I am, he's going to bump and grind it up for me. And that's what a sacred union is, built on spiritual love and not lust. Lust can come in there. It's going to dance around, but it's going to be built on love. You have to meditate together. You have to pray together. You have to do yoga together. You have to work out together. You have to cry together. You have to laugh together. You have to be together because you want to, because you have those same things in common. I'm not going to try to change him to go monster truck driving if he doesn't want to. If all of a sudden I get a hair up my ass and I want to go monster truck because whatever, it could be fun and muddy and dirty, I'm going to invite him if he wants to come, but I'm going to allow for him to come to that space on his own. And that's what happens in relationships, is that the forcing, or if you don't do this, you don't love me. If you don't love me, if you don't do this, this is just not, it's ridiculous. Who you are is what you're going to attract. Who your heart loves. When you love yourself, you will attract that same person loving themselves, and that divine love comes and it blooms. You separate and you come together. You separate and you come together. It's the moments away that makes you anxious to come back. And that's what I think a sacred union, from my experience, is the day to day calmness, the looking in the eyes, looking in the soul, the breathing as one, the listening and laughing, 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 laughing. So I think she has a deeper, more intense spin on this. I just wanted an intro on this to soften up the little feathers.
Thank you. That was, I love your intro as someone who has been married for, a long time. You have that experience and you're able to give that perspective. I love that. Um, Especially in this era that we are in,
Hmm.
where a lot of marriages last about 2 weeks,
Yes.
or the average Hollywood marriage, for instance, is very short. So we're we're up against, some interesting things in this town. But for me, sacred union is such an important discussion, a topic, especially for people of my generation. Um, Things are quite different, for most of us, and for things that I have seen um, in my teen years and dating, and it was a very scary world out there. Um, so for me, a sacred union means being together, committed together, but not losing yourself in who you are.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So for me, a sacred union or a sacred marriage, it's not a completion of you. It's a complement of you.
Yes. Yes.
Are and it's really a divine complement to your soul's essence, to your inner being. It should never feel, as Mary said, which was such a great example, like you should never have to force anyone to be you or to do what you do. We all have free will. We all have choice, and it's all about creating the opportunity, giving someone a choice, creating that space for them to enjoy themselves with your interests and vice versa. But it's never about forcing. It's never about guilting
Hmm.
um, someone because they're not called to do something. We're all called to do different things, and we should be able to fulfill those desires and passions. So, just to dig more into kind of the history of it, I know in Western culture, Western and Eastern tradition is very different when it comes to this idea of sacred union. So in the Western world, like spirituality and sexuality have not traditionally been seen as very compatible, because usually if someone was spiritual or religious, they could also not enjoy sex. That's what we had this idea. Religious people are pious. They don't have sex. They don't enjoy it. And devoted, God fearing people had sex solely for the purpose of procreation. It was
Yes.
not about enjoying, it was not about the intimacy. It was simply to have children, and that was that. That was your duty, and that was it. So thankfully, we've moved from those strict, puritanical attitudes, and they've been replaced with healthier views, recognizing the emotional, physical benefits of the act itself. But now we've kind of swung to the opposite extreme, where sex is overused and to the
Yes.
point of abuse. And even though everyone recognizes sex as a healthy part of a relationship, committed relationship, because that's what we're talking about, commitment, very few consider it like a spiritual practice or an endeavor. So in Eastern philosophy or tradition, sexuality has been taught as an art and a science. So it's really the knowledge of the principles of sexuality is like really the sign of a truly enlightened person. To be able to connect to someone that way, but use it as a tool for intimacy, basically
So
knowing
it's
what
really,
you're doing, not just use it as Mary said, it's not for lust. It's
yeah.
actually it's a spiritual practice. Um, so that kind of goes into sacred sex. Um, so I like to say sex is a sacred energy exchange.
Hmm.
Um, and many people don't think of it that way, but it really is because you're really exchanging energy. And that
Yes.
can be good energy, good, can be bad, it can be neutral. It really depends. And I love what you said about you have to make sure that kind of you're on the same page. Um, it's an equal match of it's like-minded people, and you don't have to have the same interests, but it's you have to be on the same consciousness level. And that's like the biggest thing because you don't want to be exchanging energy with someone who is unequally matched to your consciousness, because
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
that's when you run into issues there. And a lot of people are like walking around wondering like what is this, just this feeling that they have, and it's that gunk from like just being with different people. And so just to discuss that like a little bit more, um I feel like there's certain kind of rules that can kind of help um people to kind of develop like a sacred relationship. So you mentioned this too. The first kind of step is really developing your relationship with God first,
Yes.
or the universe or source, whatever you want to call it. You need to develop that first and allowing that to be who you are, allowing that to shape your identity. Because if you don't know who you are, you're going to lose yourself even more
Yes.
entering into any type of relationship. You have to have a firm sense of self. That's the easiest way to get lost.
Yes.
Lost in the sea of energies and auras. Um, so it's really interesting to note that like the Western culture, it teaches us to look for God in our identity outside of ourselves. And religion will tell us, how worthy we are to be encountering God. And the media gives us all these people to look up to, when really the true identity and our true spirituality, we have to look within. And so that's why it's so, so important, whoever you are, to really kind of nurture that relationship with the divine first, because that's the first step that'll lead you to finding and attracting um your soulmate, your twin flame, for this sacred union, the sacred marriage that you desire. So that's the first step. And then the second step is it absolutely has to be like a trusted, committed relationship, um because sex is not a relationship between the male and female genitals. It's not about that.
No. No.
It's
That comes and goes. Yes.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's purely mechanical, but this is different. This is a total fusion of your souls,
Hmm.
aura, your consciousness, and all, everything that you've done in the past, present, future, like everything just coming together. So your two auras are becoming one. So for us women, like this is so, so, so important
Very, very.
because
Yes.
um, we tend to receive a lot of things that are not ours. So anyone that you're having a relationship with, this man is imprinting his aura on you. So that really makes you stop and think. You need to be mindful. And that can stay with you for a lifetime. So you can go around carrying many different auras of many different men, and that can make it harder for you to know who you are, because you have, you know, these extra energies around you and you're not really sure where it's coming from. And when we have multiple sexual partners, that also makes it hard to commit to a long-lasting relationship. So you're getting further and further away from the goal by introducing all these other people into your auric field. So it's really, really, really important. If you're not ready for a committed relationship, it's important not to try to do the sacred union, sacred sex, because it should be with a person that is really important, matches you on a soul, on a consciousness level, on an energetic level, because otherwise it's not worth the entanglement. In my opinion, it should really be somebody of your worth, your time.
You're equal.
You're equal, absolutely. And the third step is all about, and you mentioned this too, being sensitive to your partner's energies, emotions, and communication,
Hmm.
you know, listening. And as you said, crying together, laughing together, everything free of judgment, free of criticism.
Hmm.
Um, True intimacy and trust, like in all of areas of your relationship, can happen when you do that. You know, speak less, listen more. You know, and because that sacred union, sacred sex, it doesn't start like in your bedroom. It starts when you're doing all these little things that lead up to that. Um, and the last thing that's so important is, one of the last things is, you mentioned this, spiritual practice, doing things together. And it doesn't have to be, it can be yoga or meditation. It can be going to a martial art class, like, you know, walking in the woods, taking a hike, reading poetry, reading your wedding vows to each other again, or in special occasions, giving each other a massage,
Yes.
just doing things that, it's like team building activities, relationship building, things that you're doing together that gives a connection. Um, but especially, yeah, meditation, and you said prayer, just connecting to the I am, to God together is so powerful. Um, because, yeah, that to me is like, if you can pray every day together or do something spiritual every day together, I think that's a great start. And also unconditional love and acceptance. And that's absolutely necessary, to just be exactly who you are, free to be who you are. That's when true intimacy and love can really like blossom, when you just let down all those barriers, and there's no judgment.
It's like allowing. Thank you, Janelle. That was beautiful. It's allowing the sweetness in him
Mm-hmm.
caress the sweetness in you and fly up the coil of the DNA. And
Yes.
when you're so quiet, when you're ever quiet and still, you're able to just flow with that, and not have an expectation. So many times women are programmed, by their parents or mother, get married for money because, whatever, not love. And so when you make those silent agreements to marry for money, then you made a silent agreement to give him what he wants, whether you like it or not. That's not spiritual. It will never be spiritual. So then you get divorced, or he cheats and you cheat, or whatever it happens. That's because there's no spiritual connectedness from the beginning. Whether you married, whether he had money or not, if you didn't marry for that spiritual, there's going to be chaos. That has to be first. Get good with God, because you're good with God. and you attract somebody that's good with God, and then you build on that. It's like you're creating your things that you're going to do every year, like holidays. You're celebrating, you're doing your rituals, because whatever he has in his belief and you have, you're blending. It's the sweetness. It's the sweetness that he has that's caressing the sweetness that you have, and it grows up together, I think.
Exactly. Absolutely. That was a beautiful way to put it.
Thank you.
Absolutely agree.
So if anybody has a question or would like to add to that, that's good too. So I don't see any questions or add. Now we're going to go into a mudra. I got this amazing mudra book, and the mudra for this is called oneness. So I'm going to show you the card, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. So here's the card
Right.
right there.
So it looks like
So
this right there.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Thank you. All right. So keep that up while I read over here. Okay. So this is about spiritual union, not
Hmm.
just with yourself, but with your partner. Like, how beautiful is that? Balance and integration. It's about supporting the balance of the system of the body. It works when you breathe. So you could do a breath of fire. You want to show how a breath of fire is?
Okay.
Or you could just do regular breathing. So let's show both. All right, so they could know. Yes. So imagine if you were both doing this. That's
Yeah.
raising,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
That.
That is raising the kundalini. That is like, whoa, whoa. And of course, you could study tantric together. That is
Yes. Yes.
delicious too. Okay, so here's the practice on this. Take a slow, deep breath. Bring the awareness to your crown. Bring it to your heart. Feel your heart pulsating. Do the breath of fire again. And feel that breath of fire pulsating in your heart and then rising. Yes, yes. As you're inhaling, visualize the light pulsating. Visualize the moon, the star, and the star Polaris connecting in that threefold flame. That is just delicious. That is beautiful, Janelle. That is connecting oneness. Okay, so I'm loving this. So the focus would be I enjoy the oneness of everything.
Mm.
Delicious. Delicious.
Like that one.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to do a mantra.
Yes. So. Hmm. So I think based on what we talked about, so yes, sex is a part of intimacy, but both men and women, I think, desire more than that. So intimacy is really knowing someone truly cares about you. It's a willingness to be fully present and to appreciate the strengths and efforts in one another in each person. So the mantra that I really like is I respect the sacred space between you and me now.
Oh,
So this is really a great one for strengthening intimacy. So
oh,
it's easy to fear perceived faults of other people. If you're looking for love, you may find yourself fearing what you don't want to deal with. And I say, like, take the emphasis off the person and put it on the space between you in this moment. So once you respect that space, that sacred space, then your connection can grow and blossom. Yeah, that's my that's
Janelle,
my
that
favorite.
is so beautiful. Beautiful. You're so delicious. I love you so much. I do. I love you so
So
much. Hi, Christina. Christina's joining. I'm so excited. Christina's going to be joining Tarot Tuesday pretty soon. I'm excited for her to come because this girl's got it going. When she does cards, whew, she's spot on. She's given me some readings that like, whew, were scary to hear, but then it was like beautiful, beautiful. I love you, Christina. Anyway, okay, so now we're going to do AlcheMary essential oil card. So I'm going to shuffle the cards and see what. Let's see what comes up. Like, ooh, there's so many good cards for spiritual union. What is one of the best things? Calling my higher self to bring to me the right answer. I am present. Reveal to me the best spiritual AlcheMary card for spiritual union. Wow. See if I can bring it there. Ascension.
Oh, wow.
Let me pull the oil out. Oh my god, that's a good one. You just like, what are the odds? Okay. So ascension. Ascension is purity. Right there says it all. Fourth ray. It's the white ray. I am grateful, thankful, and blessed. My sacred tiles are immaculate. You could even read this to your partner or have him read it to you or her. My life beams illumination of love. I am, that ascension in the light. I mean, you have to ascend with your lover, with your partner to be one. I am that ascension in the light. I am the ascension in my life. I am loved. My ethereal field is protected by the ultraviolet light. I am that ascension that I am. I mean, seriously. So this one, you just really got to shake it up. And I always like to turn on your brain, left side, and then right side, and then whole side. And then this has just got to go in your heart, honestly, for this moment here. It's just really, really beautiful. Okay, and then Janelle is going to pull another card. We're trying to do cards on Wednesday, even though it's different. It's because we're neither one of us are professional tarot cards, but we're different. We're different kind of characters. So she's going to pull a past card, sort of a general reading for everybody. Or
Yeah.
she already
Yeah.
meditated and pulled it, so she's going to read it now.
Okay, so I pulled the first card I pulled for the collective is the past card. I'll show that to you guys. You can see this one.
Bring it down just a little tiny bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pull it
Beautiful.
back.
That is just like, you couldn't even make
Card.
it up.
I know.
Beautiful.
So this is the snake card. So the theme of this snake, as we all know, is shedding, right? So shedding of old skin. So all about casting off the old. So out with the old, in with the new, revealing your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. And this is so, so important. This to me symbolizes Kundalini energy. So especially important now because I feel like a lot of people um, are getting into a lot of different arguments and misunderstandings with family and friends. So this can be helpful in terms of just visualizing a violet snake just coiling up that Kundalini energy, coiling up the spine, up into the chakras, over the back of the head, into the third eye, coming back down into the heart center and coming out and just visualizing that energy shooting into the heart center of the other person that maybe you're having these issues with, this difficulty with. And this is such a powerful energy of just moving beyond all limitations caused by carrying this venom of negativity
Yeah.
um, about others or about your past or the past. So this is about transformation and rebirth. I love this card and I love what it means. It's so powerful.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I do too. I do too in more ways than one. Janelle and
Yeah.
I were in Kundalini class together, so we immediately liked each other. We became quick friends, her and Paulina and myself.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank
Sure.
you. Okay, so I'm going to do the present card, which is about coherence. Coherence, if you think about what heart math is breathing into the heart bringing that oxygen to the brain, and then connecting it out, and then bringing it up the Kundalini. Heart, brain, coherency is what it is. Now, the odds of picking that card is just like, again, it's just, there's no coincidence. It's all meant to be. There's a lot of light there. There you go. This is the flower of light. So let me just read. There's a little bit of a meditation, or like a little, it's not a meditation, it's like a workshop. But I'm going to read what it says, and then I'm going to read what I want you to try to workshop. Okay. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind. For the optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. Now, I'm just going to go back for a minute and then come back to this. 2020 was about perfect vision, was about seeing things very clearly, not as you want them to be, but as they are. 2021 is about balancing what you saw. And how you balance that is this: heart brain coherence to create the reality that we desire. Okay, so here's the workshop. From what we saw, we're going to change what we want. Let's say that again. From what we saw to create what we want. What do you want? How do you want to create this? So here's how to do that. Close your eyes for a moment. Move your awareness to your heart. You can take one deep breath and just track the exhale of the breath. How does your body feel? Can you connect to truth that is found there? Do you trust your heart? Take another deep breath, and on the exhale, feel what it feels like to trust your heart. Try this throughout the day. Stop and drop. Stop and feel. Stop and hold. Stop the thinking and stop the monkey mind running. Feel your heart. Feel what the sacred wisdom that wants to come from it. This is what sacred union is. It begins in your heart, the sacredness of your connection to your breathing, to your heart. So open your eyes, take another deep breath, and smile at your heart. I mean, seriously, I couldn't even make this up if I wanted to. This is so beautiful. So, heart math, and I do heart math on Saturdays at 2 o'clock. Heart math is heart brain coherency through oxygen, breathing, measuring. There's apparatuses, but if you even can't afford those apparatuses, don't have them, just measure your breathing and visualize the violet flame in your brain and then going out. So now Janelle's going to do the future card.
Yes. Okay. So, for the future, we have the Hunter.
I love this. I love this. Oh my God.
Take God on here. So, this is a really beautiful card as well. So, the Hunter card is all about tracking down your fears and desires. And so, this god is the stag god of the wild, and he represents both the hunted and the hunter. So, your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So, it's all about coming face to face with them as the hunter does with wild animals and going beyond the fears. So instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that have buried you, you become the hunter and you're being given the confidence and the strength at this time. So use your power to make a difference. So this is not the time to cower away or live in the shadow of your fear. It's about realizing your full potential and what needs to be done. Because this really gives us the opportunity to look at things in the past that may be haunting us, maybe coming back to the surface. And a lot of times people will say, well, just face your fears. Well, that's easier said than done, as we all know. So for me, I like to just use a mantra. Um, and I like to chant either I am or I am that I am. Um, so I usually say, like, I am, I am, I am, by all God's love, I am. So it's just about bringing you back to your core, remembering who you are, remembering that you have all the strength of the I am,
Yeah.
within you, beside you, in front of you, behind you at all times. And also that fear, I like to say, is false evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
So it really kind of jolts you when you chant that mantra and brings you back to the reality of the situation, not this false reality, the actual reality of your I am being the strength of the I am and all of who you are. So that's something you can actually do and put into action. People say face your fears. Do it in that way. Do it with the strength, of God and the divine.
Yeah. And everybody's struggling in some sort of a way, and if someone asks for help, just be still and listen, do what you can, and if anybody needs any help, just please
Mhm.
respond, listen, take time, don't be so busy, don't be so self-absorbed, just
Right.
give.
Absolutely.
So I mean, this is what this channel is about. The Ascension News is about helping to ascend from rising up out of the ashes and flying like the phoenix, and using the violet flame and other tools. So many girls on here are as skilled at many different things, and we've come together to share our talents, our wisdom, our knowledge. And we're grateful for that, and we're grateful for you. So I think that you have a little meditation.
Yes. So this is just a little meditation that just give you like a little demo, but so calm is the Sanskrit word for love, Kam. So when you recite this mantra, so the first syllable ka is encouraging you to open your jaw, so ka, and sink your navel toward your spine. So when you add the M sound, mm,
Ah,
um,
calm,
your mouth closes as you continue to sink your
calm.
navel toward your spine. So this mantra, just think of it as basically imprinting the love vibration into the cells of your body. So you can do this mantra like 108 times in a row.
Oh,
So we're just, I
wow.
know.
That I should try that one on with the mala. You could do that with the mala.
Yes, yes, you can.
Wow.
Um, so let's just try it. We'll just do it 3 times.
Okay, we'll be
Not
on
do it all.
forever.
I know. So just close your eyes and just take a deep breath. Okay, we're gonna start off. Calm.
Um, um,
And just inhale, exhale. So that one is a good one. I mean, imagine saying that 108 times.
yeah, I'm gonna try that tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
So, and you can even just visualize just that. area of just visualize the love vibration just moving through your
Yes.
cells and your aura. That would be very powerful as well.
I want to add one more thing because we forgot about it earlier. So we do mantra mudra meditation movement. So the movement that I would recommend for this opening of your heart would be a back bend. And if a back bend is difficult, you can get a block or the Totsie pillow and put it right under your back strap, bra strap, or mid underneath your angel wings, and lay on it like that. If you can't do a full back bend, that and breathe, and maybe even doing that mantra with it, because in opening up your heart, you're going to attract someone else with an open heart, and or your partner is going to be more open and receptive because you've allowed yourself to be vulnerable and open. So that's the last part of our mantra mudra meditation and mantra mudra meditation and movements. And then I guess you've got our closing prayer, Janelle.
Yeah, I actually wanted to I just had an idea to do something a little different,
Okay,
if you
I love that.
don't mind.
I love it. I love it. I love different.
I'm going to sing a mantra as our
Oh,
closing.
oh,
Then I'll translate it.
okay.
Okay.
I love
So
it.
everyone just close your eyes and take a deep cleansing breath as we close tonight. And bring the hands to heart center. Just tap into the energy of sacred love and unconditional love. Just feel that vibration throughout every cell of your body in this moment. Om Masatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritangamaya Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your hands at heart center. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Amen.
Amen. Oh my God, that almost made me cry.
Thank
Neil, that was so beautiful. Oh,
you.
really, really beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you changed it up. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to do something different.
I love it. I love change.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a few little announcements that we're completely excited about. So we'll start with the first one.
Okay.
Okay, so my all my oils have 27 oils. They're all on sale, 33.33, or four for 99.99. You can call me, email me, or go to my website. And then, Janelle, you want to talk about the next event?
Yes, we have a very special event coming up, Portal Monday on February 22nd, that we're very excited about. And then another portal show is March 3rd. There's a new moon on April 12th and a lunar eclipse on May 26th. And on June 9th, we have a solar eclipse in Gemini. So please, please tune in to see all the exciting things coming our way in 2021.
Yes, we've got and these are special events that several of the girls are going to join in. So I always like these bigger groups that they're always really fun. And then, Janelle, tell us about your art, your fractured light pieces.
Fractured light is my intuitive art embedded with Reiki and light language from the stars. All my pieces are uniquely channeled with the intention of connecting with the highest dimensions, ascended masters, and portals into different worlds. So I'm really excited because I actually just sold a couple of pieces and I have
Yay!
commission work coming up. So very, very excited. So please reach out if you're interested in having some work completed.
Thank you. Oh my God, so, so beautiful. So we want to just take this moment to put a little music on. Take a deep breath. Think about what you want, what your takeaway for this is, what the sacred union means to you, how you can reconnect with your partner, or how you can just make a commitment to connect with a partner, thinking sacred union. Take a deep breath, drink water, get your feet on the grass, put your spine against a tree. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting, and please feel free to share. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you, Janelle. I love you. You're such a beautiful flower.
Thank you, Mary. Love you too.
See you soon. Bye.